Hello, everyone. Hope you all had a great Monday. As for me, it was not as manic as my Sunday, which is strange in itself. But it is Spooky Places Monday. And this week we shall start out at 2 haunted sites in Newcastle, Delaware. The David Finney Inn, built in 1683. This inn was once the home of lawyer-soldier David Finney. The identity of the ghost haunting the third floor, however, is unknown. Windows open and close by themselves, as well as objects moving about by themselves also. It is noted that dogs refuse to step onto the floor, as if they sense some discarnate presence. And of course, there's the old wooden docks. The ghosts of Dutch soldiers have been seen near the area, and also near the deserted remains of a wooden boat docks there. One headless Dutchman marches up and down the shoreline in front of the docks. The ghosts are most often seen in the autumn months after nightfall. And we move on to the Dana House, Springfield, Illinois. The Dana House, designed and constructed by renowned architect Frank Lloyd Wright in 1902. This house is reported to still play host to its original owner, designed for Springfield socialite Susan Lawrence Dana. She was said to have thrown lavish parties in her home, as well as being a major contributor and volunteer to the charitable causes in the city. Shortly after the home was finished, several family deaths caused Dana to turn to metaphysical and mystical religious groups for comfort. Before long, she became one of the city's leaders in a spiritual movement that swept across America around the turn of the century. Her parties took a different turn with her involvement in the movement, and soon her home became a spiritualist center where seances were common and large parties of occultists gathered. Finally, when a cousin who had lived with her for many years died, Susan was left alone in her Wright-designed house. A short time later, about 1928, Susan moved to more modest, less costly quarters. Declared incompetent by the courts in 1942, she was admitted to a local hospital, where she died in 1946. Her personal effects were inventoried in 1942 and auctioned at a public sale in July 1943. Her Frank Lloyd Wright house was sold the following year. Maintained today by the state of Illinois, management denies any paranormal activity. However, there have been dozens of reports by other staff and visitors of objects which move of their own accord, and sounds of unseen people speaking in different parts of the house. The Dana House is located at 301 East Lawrence in Springfield, Illinois, and is open to the public from Wednesday to Sunday all year round. And the last stop for this week, the Tolan Road in Connecticut. Daniel Bitton started building this brick and wood frame house in 1720. He died in 1776, but the families of his 3 sons continued to live in the house for many years. Today, the place is haunted by 2 ghosts from the Revolutionary War. One is a Hessian soldier, possibly one of 24 Hessian mercenaries imprisoned in a cellar. The other is of Eliza Bitton, returning to search for his 18-year-old sweetheart, Jemina Brown. Both young people died of smallpox in the house and are buried in the family graveyard on the west lawn. Unfortunately, their graves are on the opposite sides of the carriage road, and they remain separated forever. Mysterious sounds such as weeping, rapping sounds, and voices still echo through the house. Well, that is it for this week, my friends. And starting this Saturday, I will be posting a spooky places every night till Halloween, counting down the top 7 spooky places that top my list. And on Halloween there will be a spooky places with the top spooky place and a special spooky places. So have a spooky night.